Recently, my friends and I were talking about what it was like to live a holy lifestyle, and specifically what prayer would look like as a lifestyle. My name is Ollie Myrick, and this is Ministry Account, where we talk about worship, Christian living, and ministry. In the conversation with my friends, we talked about Matthew 6, 5 through 14, and 1 Thessalonians 5, 12 through 22. In that, we specifically highlighted prayer without ceasing and what that looks like for us as ministry school students, but also in general as Christians. 1 Thessalonians 5:17 says, pray without ceasing. The word pray simply means to address the Lord, to make a promise or vow to him, or an offering of prayer and worship. That's what the word pray means. So when we look at Matthew 6, 5 through 6, it says to shut the door and pray to the Father who is in secret, and he will reward you openly. When I think about that, I think of number one, that prayer is a place that you go. You don't literally go into a room. Well, you can, and I recommend you to. It's more so a spiritual practice. You and I are temples of the Holy Spirit if you're a believer. And when we go into prayer, we're going to a place in the depths of our souls to commune with the Lord. The word room in Matthew 5 and 6, it can be translated as inner chamber, and the word door simply entrance. You close the doors to distractions and things that enter into your life, and you go to a place deep within yourself to commune with the Lord. According to Ephesians 3:17, the heart is the inner place. It is the place where the Lord is seated if you have received the free gift of salvation. My worship flows from the place of prayer. My relationships flow from the place of prayer. My love for the world flows from the place of prayer. And my love for the Lord, most of all, flows from the place of prayer. Number two, when we're talking about prayer, is that prayer is sitting before the Lord. It's beholding him. Now, what would it look like if you had a lifestyle of sitting before the Lord? When I think about this, I think of Psalm 62:1. The word wait in this verse is silence, rest, or simply waiting. Communing with the Lord is not just talking to or at him, it's waiting. It's getting uncomfortably silent before him. I heard recently that 60% of communication is nonverbal in the way that we carry ourselves when we talk. The Lord moves in your life and my life as you and I move. Though spiritual, the spiritual realm is more real though than the physical. And do we truly believe that? It's uncomfortable. Just like sitting with someone and saying nothing at all but making eye contact is uncomfortable. We aren't used to that. But that is prayer just as much as me pouring out my voice and my heart if it comes from the right posture. It's not quiet time. That terminology has always fed insecurity in me personally. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about prayer and sitting with the Lord in a place where it gets uncomfortable and a little bit vulnerable. But prayer is active. It can be a reprieve in the middle of a battle, but prayer is very much an active thing. It can be a moment of rest in the middle of resistance, but quiet time doesn't happen when you're praying and contending for the ones you love. Prayer does, and we aren't used to that. It's a fight and a war that you take moments to breathe in as you surrender the ones you love to the Lord and hold every single thing with an open hand. Number three, prayer is listening. How is the Lord speaking in your life? What does his word say? Matthew 6:8. It's waiting on a word from the Lord and obeying what he's already said and applying it to and in one's life. It's allowing the Lord to shepherd you because what he says is trustworthy and will steer you in the right direction. Before you express what you need, he already knows. But as a father, he wants you to share your heart with him. Leading to number 4. Prayer is a conversation. Ephesians 6:18. And if you want it to be, the conversation with the Lord is never ending. There's always more of God. He anticipates us to commune with him. His desire is the hearts, the gaze, and the supplication of his children. Make space for the Lord throughout your entire day, whether it be a 60-second dialogue, whether it be acknowledging him in a small moment that may seem insignificant to anyone else, but when you speak to the Lord in those moments, he listens. Jeremiah 29:13 says, "You'll seek me and you'll find me when you seek me with all your heart." That is prayer, seeking throughout the day, throughout moments, in conversation with the Lord, consistently, prayer without ceasing. So something I want to ask you just to keep in mind as you think about a prayer life and prayer as a lifestyle specifically. What does your prayer life look like? If you look honestly and inward, what does your prayer life look like? What does that inner place look like? Do you close the door from distractions, or do you find yourself distracted? How could you pray more? How could you make prayer a habit? Invite the Lord into those moments as you live out your life. Thank you for watching. I pray that you're encouraged, challenged, and feel closer to the Lord by watching this. Feel free to follow, like, subscribe, and watch the other videos that are coming or are already out. Thanks. We'll see you next time.